Welcome back, subscribers. This is Johnny Hopper, and like my title says, what in the is going on with Suzuki? We all know JGR is kind of having problems. They have been for a while. We don't really have lots of satellite teams or just even Suzukis out there. I, on my channel, make a joke of the POSs when it comes to Suzuki, so I know I've probably got a lot of haters.
Whose funeral is it?
Yours.
I'm in the market for buying a bike right now, and Suzuki is the last on my list of a bike that I actually want to ride, let alone pay, 8 to 10 grand for. Anyway, this is 2019 rider list as far as the team. We had Weston Pike. He's not on the team anymore, which he sort of led to this on his Instagram a few weeks ago, October 20th, just saying, telling everybody to stay out of his lane and stop worrying about what's going on. Chad Reed, the Monster Cup, he was on his own deal with Honda again, with his own support ride, and we all saw how well he did. Yeah, there's the argument, he's getting old. He definitely, he's one of my favorite riders. I like going to the races just to watch how smooth he is, but
I couldn't, he needed to move on because he had these races and
that he had to do, yeah.
And I think he wanted to do his own thing, so it's okay.
Justin Hill, we all know he's now taking Justin Brayton's spot on the Smart Top Honda team run by Tony Alessi. So he's not on the team anymore. I believe Alex Martin is the only guy that's left on the team. JGR is definitely downsizing. Kyle Peters isn't there. Jimmy Dakotas isn't there. Enzo Lopes isn't there. They're going from 2 semis to 1, and the plot thickens. Steve Mathis, the guy that does Pulp MX, he actually does a really good job. You should listen to his show. But he just tweeted a couple hours ago that Honda has now rented out Suzuki's Supercross test track. So that's leaving a lot of people hanging. How is their one rider going to test if he doesn't have their Supercross? I'm sure Alex Martin has other places to ride, but this doesn't look good for Suzuki, and I want to know what you guys think about this, so please tell me in the comments below. And it gets worse. This attractive young lady, who is the accountant at Suzuki of America, ended up stealing, embezzling, transferring almost $2 million to her own account. Yeah, this isn't the motorcycle division, but that motorcycle division does fall under the umbrella of Suzuki. So does this have anything to do with it? Potentially, maybe a little bit, maybe more. What do you guys think? And I'm just going to come from a privateer's perspective a little bit and give you guys a little bit of inside information that the general population doesn't know. We all think these guys make a crap ton of money, and if you guys have followed me whatsoever, I go over a little bit over the pro payout and what it is for the guys that aren't the top 3, that aren't the Tiger Woods of motorcycle racing. So there's a very limited number of spots worth having as far as teams because of how expensive this sport is. And even a lot of the satellite teams don't even pay their riders. They sign a lot of bonus-only contracts because there's an abundance of riders, decent riders, very talented riders that could get the job done. And then you have the satellite teams that say, hey, this guy will get paid only bonuses. You think you're some big shot. Well, I've got 10 other guys that want to take our bonus-only contracts because we have to pay anywhere between $100,000 to $150,000 per motorcycle for the year as far as maintenance, paying the truck driver, getting it there, paying the mechanic. We can't pay you. So whatever you shoot and kill at the race, you get to keep, which we know the purse isn't very well, but you want to ride motorcycles, you want to race motorcycles, so take it or leave it. And I can go on and on about all the satellite teams that come and go, and it's hard to find a title sponsor. And I've suggested a couple of ways to potentially fix this issue, and I want to talk about it with you guys. And let me know in the comments below if you think any of these solutions are good or if you have a better solution. I would think, man, maybe we could do something like the NFL or F1 and maybe even go a little bit further by saying, hey, here's a budget of, let's just say, example, $1 million. That's all you can spend on racing. Yeah, I know. Sounds ridiculous because it's not that much. But that's what you have. Then there's the argument that, oh, you're only going to have one rider, Johnny. you're only going to have one guy per team because of the amount of money it takes to race at this level. Well, let me just go one further. And why don't we put a cap on what a team can spend per motorcycle? So let's say you have $1 million budget, right? Let's say the cap for each motorcycle is only $100,000 for the year. So these guys could probably, or teams could probably afford to have 5 to 6 motorcycles out there for the year. And then they could hire the riders because the expenses are lower, and we could even have sort of like a cap and a minimum. So then each team would actually have probably a practice guy to race with the dudes, and they're kind of backup if one of them gets hurt, as opposed to you have 2 front runners. You got Tomac, you got Dungey, you've got Roxon, and then, if one of these guys get hurt, who's somebody on the sideline? Oh, Josh Grant, he's on the couch. Let's hire him. Well, this is a way to give somebody like Josh Grant the ability to have a full-time job, and he's training with the team, and he's going to the races with the team, but he's getting paid less than the other riders. I don't know. It's just off the top of my head. Again, let me know what you guys think. I love this sport so much. I'm passionate about this sport. This sport has definitely fucked me over, and a lot of other people as well, but for some reason, I still love it, and I don't want to see it die, because it takes a special individual to want to go out there, risk their life, and try to be the best at something. I mean, we're all crazy. We're all motorcycle enthusiasts, and we all have those stories of something going wrong, but we keep going back to these guys. So I hope Suzuki doesn't die out. I really do, because we need this sport to grow, and losing big teams, big manufacturers just doesn't help it whatsoever. Anyway, guys, this is Johnny Hopper. Until next time. Listen.